Shalom, Israel. All praises. We a little behind, but we here. Shalom to the online family rocking with us online. Uh, we appreciate you guys. You guys could be anywhere, but you chose to be here. So we appreciate y'all and we love y'all for checking in. All right. We love y'all. Everybody that's tuning in, we love y'all. And we got a good one for y'all today. Today is part 3 of the marriage series, the order of marriage. So the first series we went over the importance of marriage and child raising. Then we went over in the last class, part 2, the steps of marriage. What are the steps of marriage? What's the first step of marriage? What? Huh? Be of age. Okay. What's another one? Y'all was asleep, huh? Okay. Courting. Okay. Courting. Counsel. Right. So first off, you got to be of age. Second off, you got to be of your own nation. Okay. Third, what goes along with being of age is being able to take care of yourself. Right. Then you have to go to the father. After you go to the father, if the father approves or the elders approve, right? Then you go into the courting stage. After the courting stage, what happens? Go to the marriage chamber. You consummate the marriage after the covenants are signed. Everybody understand that? All right. Those are the steps of marriage. Okay. If you fail in one of those steps, you didn't do it right. Okay. Now, I'm going to give y'all a disclaimer today. This is the order of marriage. Disclaimer. It's not personal. It's business. All right. Some of y'all might be mad at this lesson, men and women alike, because today is going to be a real message. So I'm giving y'all a disclaimer right now. It's not personal, but it's scriptural, right? Con? We love the scriptures. All right. All praises. So this is the order of marriage. Let's start off with 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. So y'all remember, I apologize to y'all beforehand, before we got started tonight. All right. Let's read this. 1 Corinthians 11 and 1.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1.
Read.
Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Read.
Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
Okay, so these are the ordinances of being a follower of Christ dealing with marriage. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
Now, the order of marriage is the man is the head. Well, first and foremost, it's the Most High, it's Christ. Then it's the man. Then it's the woman. Who's the head of the household? Who is the head of the household? The man is the head of the household, family. This is why I'm telling y'all, the world has given us a lopsided view of marriage and the order of marriage. The reason why these marriages are failing is because they don't know the order. Did the Most High create all men equal? No, because if he did, I would be 6'5". But I'm not. So he didn't create me equal. Okay? You got some men that are leaders. You got some men that are followers. Is every man created equal? No. There's leadership in everything. Sisters, there's also leadership in your marriage. Okay? Esau understands this. This is why he works so hard to attack your marriage. He tells you, sisters, you don't need a man. And if you do got a man, you could do bad all by yourself if he ain't getting in line. That is not scriptural. That is not what the Bible talks about. That is not how the Bible designed marriage to be. The Most High. Let me ask you a question. Do we take the same principles that we take in our marriage to our jobs? No, we do not. If you go to work, brothers and sisters, that white man tell you I need you to come into work early, Y'all gonna say, I'll come in an hour early. He told you he just needed you 10 minutes early. You said an hour. Because we don't take that same mindset we take with our marriages as we do with our jobs. Marriage is a business. Can you have two captains? Can two captains steer the boat? No, you only can have one. And that is thus says the Lord. This is why I gave a disclaimer. Brothers, you too, I gave a disclaimer. I'm apologizing to y'all ahead of time because there's no other way than for me to be straightforward with this lesson. Satan has masterminded and flipped the roles of the man and the woman in the household. Okay. And this is why your marriage does not make it. Okay. And we're going to see that the way that the Most High has flipped the roles, I mean, not the Most High, Satan has flipped the roles. It doesn't even go with the nature of how men and women are. There's no equality in marriage. Let me say it again. There's no equality in marriage. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean, brothers, you be a tyrant? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have the last say so in your household. Okay? This is just what it goes. There's actually, if I'm being very honest with you, another reason why we fail at marriage miserably is because we're missing the key factor. How many people are in your relationship? How many? 4, if you count the Most High. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, then the man and the woman. And then don't forget the kids. They are part of that too. We got to talk about the kids. You ain't exempt. We talking about you tonight too. So let me apologize to y'all too. We talking about everybody because marriage is a foundation of building. Let me get this. I didn't put this. I'm in the spirit. I didn't put this in the lesson, but let me put this up. Let's get this in let me see. I think it's in Ecclesiastes 25:1. Let's read that real quick. And then we'll come back to 1 Corinthians. I'm in the spirit right now. Sirach chapter 25, verse 1. Read that when you get it.
God, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 1. Set not thy heart upon
25:1. Salakia. Sirach chapter 25:1.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 1.
Read.
In 3 things I was beautified.
What did the Most High God say in 3 things that stood beautiful, that he was beautified? Read.
And stood up beautiful, both before God and men.
Read.
The unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren. Read.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors. Read.
A man and a wife that agree together.
And a man and a wife that agree together. Why are these 3 things the Most High views as beautiful to him?
It's harmonious.
Huh? Order, okay. What else? Love, okay. Not wrong, but not quite. What else? Huh? Building of the nation. Community. Community. What do you need to have a thriving community? You need your neighbors to be at peace. If I'm beefing with Imad, we can't live next to each other. The unity of brethren and the love of neighbors, you need your brothers to be at peace. And then after that, how do you destroy a community? You destroy the family. The Most High said a man and a woman that agree together, because the man and the woman agreeing together trickles down to the children. Does everybody understand that? Trickles down to the children. So this is why we have to agree. If anybody wants to know why my marriage is even a fraction of what it is because of the Bible. You know, we follow the Bible to the best of our ability. We have our ups and downs. That's life. But the Bible has to be the foundation. God, you're not going to have a successful marriage without God being the foundation. Just throwing that out there, okay? And the way God views the foundation of marriage is this. Let's go back to 1 Corinthians 11. We got quite a few today. Let's go back to 1 Corinthians 11. So if you want to do it the Esau way, good luck. Good luck. We'll see how that gets you. How the hell you get married and then a year later you're getting a divorce? That's what happens in the world. That's what happens in the world. But that's not what the Bible commands us to be like. Read that again in 1 Corinthians 11.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3.
Read.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Okay, so for those unruly sisters, none of my beautiful sisters in here, but for those unruly sisters, I got news for you. The man is the head of the household. And that's just the way God commanded it. And you're going to see why God commanded it to be like that. Go to Ephesians. Isn't this crazy? How many of your Christian pastor women read these verses? I ain't never heard a woman. Y'all know them women bishops? They stay out of Ephesians 5. I want to see a woman bishop break down Ephesians 5. You ain't never going to see that, huh? Boy, I tell you, hey, man, women preachers and bishops and all type of stuff, and ain't nobody went to Ephesians 5. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 23.
It's the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife.
The husband is the what?
Is the head of the wife.
The husband is the head of the wife. Read.
Even as Christ is the head of the church.
Even as Christ is the head of the church. How that work? She a bishop. Her husband is married to her, but he ain't nowhere near a position of a bishop or leadership in the church. I wonder, do she take his orders? Anna Mae, babe, I know you got a bishop board meeting tonight, but I'm hungry. Feel God's word come before you. I got to go to my bishop meeting. Does that work? That don't work, huh? Don't even sound right. How your wife a bishop? I feel, any brother out there that's watching, I feel bad for you if your wife is a bishop, man. Because you're not the leader. I guarantee you follow. Trust me, I've seen it in church all my life. You following her. You holding her skirt. No, that's not what God said. God said what, read?
Verse 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church.
The husband is the head of the wife. Read.
And he is the savior of the body.
Read.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Wives, you are subject to your husbands in everything. Not some. This is gonna be a lesson that some might not like. And if you don't like it, then that means you know what you got to work on. Because did I write this book? Did I write this? I did not write this. I'm just reading it to you. You can choose to follow it or not. I'm just reading it. I didn't decide to make myself a man. I didn't. I didn't tell God, hey, God, make sure when I get there, I want to be a man. I didn't do that. So whatever the reason, I'm a little man, but I'm a man. And whatever the reason he chose to make me a man, that was his reasoning. And the reason he chose you to be a woman, I don't know. But hey, we here, right? We here. We ain't got. And the Bible say, read it one more time. It's not my words. Read it again. Oh, your mic had died. Can we give the brother some batteries, please? All right. I'm gonna read it for you. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord. Wives, you have to submit to your husband as you're submitting to the Lord. Y'all understand that? Okay. You have to submit to your husbands as you are submitting to the Lord. Sister Leah said, I'm flaming myself today. Hey, look, a good jokester can joke with himself, man. Flaming the excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. My mind is on what she said. I'm sorry. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. Okay. Submitting as unto the Lord, sisters. Okay. Read it again. Read verse 22.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 22.
Read.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Read.
As unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church.
Read.
And he is the savior of the body.
Sisters, your husbands are the head of you, similar to how Christ is the head of the church. Let me ask you guys a question, sisters. would you ever think to usurp authority over Christ? You wouldn't even think that, huh? Well, Christ said you're supposed to have that same mind as with your husband. Okay, this is the order. Read.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ,
read,
so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
In everything. Wives, you have to be subject to your husbands in everything. Get 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. This is the order of marriage. When you get married, you become under that man's household. When you get married, whose last name do you take? Traditionally, because in America they tell you don't gotta take that man's name. Traditionally, you take that man's name, and who does the children take? What last name do the children take? They take that man's name, okay? Because that is what the Bible says that we're supposed to do. The man is the head of the household, okay? Let's get that. 1 Timothy 2 and 12.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12.
Read.
But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man.
It says, I suffer not a woman. I wonder how many women pastors gonna read this verse. It says, I suffer not a woman to teach. Read.
Nor to usurp authority over the man.
Nor to usurp authority over a man. What does it mean to usurp authority, sisters? Try to rule and control, right? So if your husband tell you to do this, you be like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm doing this. Your husband tell you to go that, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna do this. I know what he told me, but I'm doing this. Usurp authority doesn't just mean, you're teaching or being a pastor. Usurping authority could be anything. Usurping authority, matter of fact, let's go ahead and see if I could pull up that in the blue letter real quick. Means to be stubborn, right? Let's look at this real quick. 1 Timothy, what did I have you read that out? 2 and 12. Let's get this real quick. 2 and 12. Let me see. Usurp. Let's see. Usurp authority. Let's see. Usurp. Let's see what it says in the blue letter. So, to act of oneself, usurp authority, to dominate. To dominate. So you want to know, this is a big one, that's usurping authority. Your husband tell you to do something and you give him that mean snarl look to get him to say, oh, it's cool, brothers, I'm gonna just go. The man is chilling at the school and his wife be like, I'm ready to go. Hey, just give me a couple more minutes. And then you walk off, but you look at him from the distance in the corner. Y'all know how the sisters do. Let's not act like y'all don't do that. Y'all look at him and then he be like, gotta go, brothers. That's usurping authority. We're going to keep it a buck tonight. I'm just being honest with y'all. To usurp authority, to do certain things to where the elder want to speak. Get an elder the mic. To do certain things to where what he originally wanted to do, you can usurp his opinion over that. Who wants to speak? The elder right here. Go ahead, Rashaf.
Right. And you're speaking of usurping authority. And when you go back to Genesis 3:16, it tells you that her desire should be toward her husband. But when you pull it up and read it in the NLT, you'll see exactly what that desire truly is, if you can pull it up.
Let's pull it up in the NLT for the elder real quick. I got it right here.
It's Genesis 3:16 in the NLT.
Let's see. NLT, I'll pull it up right here, Imad.
Because when you read it in the KJV, of course it's going to say
Genesis 3:16. Okay. Genesis 3:16. I'll read it in the NLT. It says, then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth, and you will desire to control your husband.
So that's what the desire was.
That's crazy how I read in that NLT.
To control him.
That's what Eve wanted to do too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it go all the way back to 3:16. not just desire to control.
Now, I want to say this, sisters, this is not to all women, but this is to the women that it applies to. So if it doesn't apply to you, don't get offended by it. Okay. Just like if somebody say, brothers be wicked and do XYZ, I'm not gonna get offended because I don't be doing what them brothers be doing out there. So don't take this personal. It's just business. But that is true. It says, and you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. That's crazy how that reads in the NLT. Desire to control, right? And there's many different ways to usurp authority, but do not usurp authority over your husband. That's a good one. That was a good one in that NLT. Let's go back to that 1 Corinthians real quick, because we got a lot to cover tonight. 1 Corinthians, no. I'm sorry. We was at 1 Timothy 2:12. Yeah. 1 Timothy 2:12. Let's read that.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12.
Read.
But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
You see that? So the Most High said he commands the sisters to be in silence in terms of trying to teach and have rulership. What chapter? We just read 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 12, and the elder brought out Genesis chapter 3 verse, what was it, 16 in the NLT. Okay, so the man is the head. Let's get Colossians chapter 3 verse 18. Colossians chapter 3 verse 18. Take notes, because if you follow these things correctly, you'll have a good marriage. I kid you not. This will get you a good marriage. And when y'all feel that uneasiness pit in your stomach, brothers and sisters, that's a good feeling. That means I got something to work on. That's what that feeling mean. That queasiness when I'm getting on the man and the woman, that you got something to work on. Good. You're supposed to feel like that. What's up, Mama Hadessa? Oh, in 1 Timothy? What, in 1 Timothy or in Genesis? Oh, go to 1 Timothy. Go back. We'll read it. Don't. Yeah, we'll read it. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. 13. Read verse 13 for the sister.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 13.
Read.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Now,
read.
Verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
Right, because the woman was deceived and Adam followed after his wife. So do y'all see the context with Adam and Eve? The authority wasn't followed. The woman was leading, the man was following, and now look where we at. Y'all see where we at? Y'all see where we at? Because Adam should have said, woman, you tripping. And we not doing that. But Adam didn't do that. He was like, yes, ma'am. For real. And now look where we at. Right? Now we got to fight the flesh. All of us. Okay? So let's the biggest travesty in the Bible happened because of a failed marriage. Isn't that crazy? You think about that? It's crazy. The biggest travesty in the Bible happened because of a failed marriage. We don't think about it like that, but that's the truth. A failed marriage caused all this mess. All right. Now we sitting here. Now I'm before y'all. Y'all got to see me teach y'all now to repent. Yeah. Now y'all hurt when y'all get pregnant, and we got to deal with the attitude of pregnancy. Y'all see that? See that? We got to deal with all that. It's everybody is hurt. All right. Let's get back to these commandments so we can get out of here, Khan. All right, Khan, all praises. All right, let's go to Colossians chapter 3 real quick. Colossians chapter 3 verse 18. Yeah, read that.
Khan, it's the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband.
All right, so sisters, submit to your own husband. It ain't nothing worse than a man's wife submitting to another man better than him. I'm gonna use the church a lot tonight. Y'all go home. What they call them in church, deaconettes. Right? In church, you the best deaconette. Boy, that pastor tell you to do something, you get up. You don't ask a question, nothing. That pastor tell you to do something, but as soon as you get home and your husband tell you usurp authority against him, ain't nothing worse than watching your wife submit to another man better than you. That's why the Bible said, what? Read Colossians again.
Verse 18, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord.
It says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands, as it is fit to the Lord. My brother Judah the Shooter in the building. Shout out to my brother Judah the Shooter, man. We got to get you on. You were supposed to come on, I was supposed to interview you. You know what I mean? So you hit my line. We still supposed to do that. All right. But that's Colossians 3:18, right? It says, wives, do what? Read it one more time.
Submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Submit to your own husbands. Is that it?
As it is fit in the Lord.
As it is fit in the Lord. Okay. It is fit in the Lord. Did we make the decision, guys? We didn't make the decisions. Oh, you did hit my line? My bad, Ak. You did hit my line? My fault. I be getting so many calls and stuff. I'm sorry. I'm going to hit you, Ak. I'm going to hit you. Probably not tonight, because I ain't going to lie. When I get home after the Sabbath, I go to sleep. The movie watch me. But I'm going to hit you tomorrow for sure. All right? For the day of laughing because she knows it's true. All right? But I'm going to hit you tomorrow, okay, King? And then we'll set that up. Love you. All right. So let's go from there. Go to Proverbs 8:4. Brothers, did we ask for this responsibility? And brothers, let me tell y'all something. With great power comes great responsibility, brothers. Brothers are sitting in the chair right now like, tell them women. Yeah, all right, brothers. We ain't got to us yet. I'm dealing with them because they're like the fraction of what the responsibility of what we got. Y'all understand that? So let's read this real quick in Proverbs. Go ahead and read that when you got it. 8:4.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call.
Unto who?
O men, I call.
He said, unto you, O man, I call. The Most High is doing the calling. Read.
And my voice is to the sons of man.
And my voice is to the sons of man. Who is the Most High communicating with? Woo! During a time when Jacob's trouble amp up again. I can't wait till some of these women pastors, when the people like, do you hear God? No, you don't hear him because he ain't talking to you, first off. He's talking to the men. You know what's going to be crazy when Jacob's trouble kick off? Y'all want to know something funny? Ain't going to be no more homosexuality. Where the sisters that swing the other way? They gonna be looking for a husband. No, for real. See, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. All of this usurping authority for our sisters, and I'm just keeping it a buck. All of that is because of the society of what a man created to make you feel safe. Wait till anarchy happen, and you got men out there running around. All you sisters that swing the other way, what did they call them? The bull dagger or something like that? The butchers, all that. Let's see how well they protect you. No, I'm being honest. I mean, I'm being real. Let's see how well they protect you. Let's see how well they protect you. Because the bullets going to run out. The bullets going to run. You're going to need this. And we not talking about no, well, I seen a video when a girl beat up a man. We talking about a man fighting because he hungry. We ain't talking about no. We talking about a man that's a savage. He hungry. He got like dry lips. And his eyes is like, we talking about a man like that. We ain't talking about on YouTube I seen a woman being. Carissa Shields ain't getting past that. Because you gonna hit him and he gonna grab you, and that's it. When you deal with a man in his primal state, that's gonna be a wrap. You looking at the brothers right now. We ain't in our primal state. Y'all hungry? Nah, y'all ain't hungry. Y'all probably like, I can eat. No, I'm talking about hungry. 3 days no food, hungry. That's a different type of man. A different type of man. That's why, look, the Most High, he gonna be like, oh, all that homosexual stuff, that's gonna be quickly turned around. Everybody gonna be straight again. Well, in terms of the sisters, for sure. The men gonna have to be straight too, because they can't be out there. All of the I ain't gonna say the word because I ain't trying to get, the alphabet boys. Oh, they gonna be gone. You know what I mean? It's real. So this is why the Most High said, look, men I have called, okay? The Most High has called the men. We have a great responsibility. We have to protect our families, right? With great power comes great responsibility, brothers. You understand? We have to be on the front line for them. We have to be ready to die for them. You understand? What kind of man are you if you ain't ready to put your life on the line for your family? You understand? So now let's go from there. So the Most High has called the men. We are the head of the household. But, brothers, the Most High gives us wisdom as well. Let's go to Sirach chapter 4, verse 30. Let me read this to my brothers real quick, man.
So book of Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 30.
Let's read this.
Be not as a lion in thy house.
Brothers, don't be a lion in your house, brothers. Just because you the man, the Bible gives you wisdom. It says don't be a lion in your house. That's why a lot of these Hebrew Israelite marriages be failing. Brothers don't know how to have sympathy for their wives. Like I told y'all before, stop watching red pill content. Okay? Because then red pill content will have you looking at your wife sideways and she ain't even do nothing. Seriously, brothers. Don't be a lion in your house. Don't take Ratazan's lesson tonight and go home. Like, yes, you see, you better. Don't do that. Deal with her in love. Gentleness. Don't be a lion in your house. And then what else did it say? Read.
Nor frantic among thy servants.
And frantic among your servants, for that matter. As a man, you're supposed to be stoic. Not supposed to be frantic, going crazy. I'm going to tell you something. This is the real deal truth. Brothers, as long as you stay calm, the situation don't get that bad. When you blow up, oh, cops is being called. Kids is crying. Look, when men go through a rage period, it's bad, brothers. That's why we're supposed to keep ourselves in check. Don't be a lion in your house. Your wife is not your slave. She's not your, like I gave you guys the analogy before. You guys are not my slave. I'm just in a position of leadership. But none of y'all my slave. So don't treat your wives or your children like that. Be compassionate. Read that one more time. I like real quick. I like what my brother said. He said they are narcissistic, abusive, tyrannical, and bitter to their wives. It makes my stomach sick. Absolutely. I can't stand it either. Those brothers that all they do is post about women on Facebook. Every post is about a woman. I'm like, brother, I have to unfriend you, huh?
Get yourself together first.
Yeah, bro. Like, you don't even be married. Every post just be about a woman. Like, we got to stop doing that. Like, I be having to unfollow brothers like that. You know what I mean? We have to love our women. We're not tyrants. We're not to be abusive to our women. We're supposed to love them, right? So let's read that one more time from the top. Read.
Verse 30. Be not as a lion in thy house.
So when you finally do get a wife and you follow the steps of marriage, this is going to help you on how to deal with one another. Sisters, you got to understand that the man is the head of the household. And now men, you have to understand, for one, don't be a lion in your house. Brothers, it's okay to take your wife on a date. It's okay. Go take your wife to eat. Woman, that's carnal. You in a carnal flesh. You ain't going out to eat. Brother, like, come on, man. Y'all, this is why y'all marriages is failing. Take your wife on a date. It's okay. Go spend time. That is a part of the relationship between a man and a woman. It's okay to go take her. You're not soft if you open the door for her and be romantic for her and all of that. Let me be careful. Somebody gonna be like, you going off pagan. The word romantic goes into Greek. Listen, let me not say romantic before I get the crazy Hebrews on here. Start telling me how I said the word romantic. Now I'm worshiping an idol. Listen, I won't use romantic. Be affectionate. Thank you, Matt. Be affectionate to your wife. It's okay. Don't be a lion. How do you expect, we're going to get real tonight. How do you expect your wife to give you the love you want? Brothers know what I'm talking about. If you're not affectionate. It doesn't work like that. You have to be affectionate to your wife. That's why the scripture says, be not a lion. Read it one more time before we move forward. Read.
Be not as a lion in thy house.
Be not a lion in thy house. Go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Man, you know, like the Israelite community, man, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. If you follow these wisdom principles, your marriage will be better. I promise you. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Read that.
It's the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
So we read that earlier. Read.
For the husband is the head of the wife.
Read.
Even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body.
So we understand that. Read.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Okay, read verse 25.
Husbands, love your wives.
Husbands, love your wives, brothers. Love your wives. Okay, read.
Even as Christ also loved the church.
How much did Christ love you? He died for you. Love your wives. Some brothers be treating their wife like when Jacob's trouble hit, they gonna run away from her. She gonna be calling, Paul, come back. He gone. That's how brothers be treating their women. Love your wives as Christ loved the church. Read.
And gave himself for it.
And gave himself for the church. He died for the church. Read.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
You see that? That he may sanctify and cleanse it by the washing of water by the word. Read.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
It's something about, brothers, and I'm gonna be honest, you know, things happen in marriage. This is real life. This ain't no fairy tale. You're gonna have your disagreements and things, but it's how we talk about it and work it through. But brothers, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? If you get you a godly woman, don't abuse a godly woman. Don't abuse a woman that's trying. Don't do that. That behavior is borderline. That's wicked behavior. When you got a woman that desires to fear the Most High and is trying and she's here, don't keep stumping on her, like, because you make it hard. I mean, that'd be hard for anybody to be in that type of situation. So the fact that these sisters are here, I did it before. I said it before. I said the sisters that's in the truth, man, y'all really must be touched by the Most High, because it's a lot of just toxic behavior with my brothers in the community. We have to do better at loving our wives like Christ loved the church. Christ doesn't abuse the church. So we have to love them the same way that they have to submit, because it's perfect harmony now. A woman would be willingly, I'm not even gonna say just a woman. I will submit more willingly to a leader that is has compassion and compassionate, versus it's only gonna take me so long until I snap on a leader that's cussing me out all the time. I'm not saying brothers doing that, but I'm just giving examples. Or a brother that's dealing with me like a tyrant. It's not gonna last that long. Eventually, I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, I'm out of here. But that's with anybody. So let's make their life easier as they submit. See, the Bible is about balance. The Bible is not one-sided. It's just that some people choose to only bring out one side. Let's bring out all the sides. Let's go from there. Go to 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Oh, yeah. You can read 28. Go ahead.
Verse 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Keep reading. Yeah, we got to finish this. Read.
For no man ever yet hated his own flesh,
Read.
but nourisheth and cherisheth it.
How many of y'all hate your own flesh? None of y'all, huh? You see a brother in the corner just beating himself up. You're going to be like, that brother needs a straitjacket. Well, the Most High said the same way you love yourself, you're supposed to take that same love and love your woman. This is the key, though. Sisters, you can't weaponize that. And brothers, you can't weaponize her submission. What happens is, instead of understanding each other's roles and trying to complete those roles as best as we can, we weaponize those roles. Y'all understand what I'm saying to y'all tonight? We weaponize the roles that God has given us, meaning, woman, shut up and clean and cook. That's all you're supposed to do. And then vice versa, the woman, the Most High said you're supposed to love me regardless. Yeah, I know I got an attitude, but you're supposed to love me. No. You can't weaponize the roles that God has created for us. We must use them and understand. You know, y'all want to know a secret on how you solve marital issues? I want to know a secret. I'm a young man, but I've been married for a long time and I've had ups and downs. This is the secret to solving marital problems. When y'all sit down and talk about your marital problems, instead of telling the person what they did to you, tell the person what you could have done better. And you guys each tell each other what you could have done better. That's how you fix a marriage. Instead of telling a person you could have did and you could have did, and then that person saying, well, you could have did and you could have did, you know what you do? You say, okay, we're going to do an exercise. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you what I could have did better. And you're going to tell me what you could have did better. And then you'll find that the conversation is easier. But that takes humility. That takes humility. But without humility, and the sister said it, accountability, your marriage is going to fall. Because it's only so long one person, whether the man or the woman, is going to be accountable for everything all the time until that marriage is just over with. I can have a counsel with a marriage and I can tell this ain't going to work. Just based off of how they communicate with each other, I'm like, this ain't going to work, because both of them are not willing to take accountability, or one person is taking the accountability and the other person refuses to see their accountability. See what I'm saying? So that exercise allows you to see, and you'll find out quickly who's the toxic one in the relationship by the one who doesn't want to do that. And then you'll see the problem. This is just a little game. All right. And that's family counseling. Yep. Because that's what a counselor going to tell you. A counselor is going to sit down. I like what Mama said. I wish she had the mic. A counselor going to sit you down. And you know what a counselor is going to do? A counselor's job is to make you see your error. Because the problem is, it takes two. Unless you're just in a super abusive relationship, then that's different. You know, if you're just in a super just abusive relationship, you just need to leave that all together. But if it's just two men and women that are good people, but they're going through hardships, a lot of times you just got to sit down and take accountability for each other's actions. And this is how I had to learn this. This is how you don't weaponize the Bible. And this is the order of marriage. This is how because when you're in marriages, you're going to have opposition. That's just natural. It's not going to be all sunshine all the time. This is how you use the Bible. What you do is you use the Bible to pull out instead of pulling out, because sometimes it can be perceived as being used as a weapon. You don't want the Bible to become a weapon, because the Bible is a weapon. Do y'all know that, right? The Bible is a weapon. It's one of the greatest weapons in the face of the planet. And if it's not handled with care, what's that, Mama? Oh, and it's a light. It's a weapon and it's a light. It could be used either way. It could be used to kill. They use the Bible to enslave us. That's a fact. It's not a lie. The Bible, it's the truth. They used it. They said, servants, obey your masters. We know. And that was it. But then the Bible also can be used to rebel. The Bible is a book of life. It's just not one way. So you can turn the Bible into a weapon easy. So what I would suggest when people are going through what they're going through, you know what? I'm gonna pull out scriptures of what I could have did. You know what? I could have did XYZ because Ephesians such and such says this. And then the vice versa, the other person says, well, yeah, I could have did this because 1 Timothy says this. That's how you fix your marriage. You know what I mean? But it takes a great deal of accountability for that. Was that all of that? Huh? Finish this off, and then
Even as the Lord's even as the Lord the church.
Read it. Read 28 again.
Verse 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
Give me a little bit more power.
Okay,
thank you. Go ahead. 28 again from the top.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 28. He ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
Read.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Read.
For no man ever yet hated his own flesh,
Read.
but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church.
Read.
For we are members of his body,
Read.
of his flesh,
Read.
and of his bones.
Read.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh.
We shall be one flesh. So let's go from there. Go to 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Let's move forward. We got a lot to cover. I want to get through this. So let's go to 1 Peter. Read chapter 3, verse 1. So like you.
It's the book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1.
Read.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Okay, so we're reading that. We're reiterating this again. The common consensus in the church is for women to be obedient to their husbands. Read.
That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
You see that? Now that's powerful right there. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey, right? That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. You know what? I'm gonna hold this here. I'm gonna hold this 1 Peter because I want to get this at the end of the lesson. I don't want to get this right now. So we're gonna come back to that 1 Peter 3 and we're gonna read more of that. Let's go to Sirach chapter 25, verse 13. All right. Sirach chapter 25. And let's read verse 13. Read that when you got it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 13.
Read.
Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is gonna cut deep. Sisters, y'all have power. You guys have power, right? You have a certain level of power that only you have when it comes to your husband. We love you guys. I'm talking about a man that's a righteous man that loves his wife. There's a certain level of power that you have in the sense of we want to provide and protect you. You have to use that wisely because you can either tear down your house or you could build it up. Read 13 again. Sirach 25:13 again.
Verse 13. Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart.
Read.
And any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman.
You ever seen a brother? Because men can be in abusive relationships too. Do you guys know that, right? Men can be 6'5" and just getting abused by a 4'11" woman. Getting abused. But I'm gonna be honest tonight. The abuse of men and abuse of women is taken more differently in the mainstream media. The abuse of men is made a mockery. Y'all seen that one meme on social media where the lady is like, now pick up that stuff right there after she didn't hit him with a brick or something like that. And he all bleeding and she like, now pick up that stuff right there. Now clean that up. Clean yourself up. Now what do you want to get to eat? No. And make a mockery out of men getting abused. Making a mockery out of man getting abused. Men can get abused too. A lot of people don't understand this. There's more ways to abuse a person than just physical. Verbal abuse is real. Y'all seen Norbit? Y'all seen Norbit? Yeah, Norbit. Feel bad for Norbit. I remember that scene where he was behind the door. He was like, Y'all remember that scene? Felt bad for Norbit, man. But that's real though. Women can abuse men. It's not talked about a lot. And women, you don't necessarily have to cuss your man out to abuse him. Let me give y'all some game tonight. Women, men are eternal creatures. We eternalize our emotions. So we don't, a lot of times, and this is just real, a lot of men are not good at even expressing themselves. Like we're not good at, like, a lot of men will just shut down. Yes, ma'am. Give mama the mic. We'll just shut down. Like sometimes, and I'm gonna let mama ask her questions. Sometimes men we just don't want to deal with it. Right? And I'm gonna show y'all something with understanding that as we get on in the lesson. What did you want to say, mama?
Aren't men visual as well?
We are visual, yes. But when I say eternal, I mean like we don't emotionalize our
Women express themselves
outwardly.
When they talk, they give the whole detail.
Yes.
Men don't give
We don't do
details.
that. No, we don't do that. Yes, mama. Yes. Women express themselves outwardly more so than men. Okay. Men, we don't do that. We eternalize. Like if I get fired, I might not tell my wife for 3 days. Because I might be eternalizing it and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And I don't want to tell her, because if I tell her, you know, depending on the type of woman you got, because not all women are like that. Some women ain't rattled. Some women be like, I got you. If you got one of those brothers, you got to keep her for sure. But some brothers, they know their wives and they're like, look, you know, I'm not going to give her that stress. And so we eternalize it. Or a lot of times we're not good at expressing our emotions. Like we're not good at that. We just, like I said, we just shut down. I know I'm like that. Like where I get to a point where I'm just like, I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to deal with it. I'll just be quiet. I'll just remove myself. You understand? I'll just, remove. So when the Bible says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, you understand? What that means is, it's not necessarily saying that, well, women have a power, or unwritten power, where, what's the word I'm looking for? And don't take this personal, any woman, because this is not particularly to any sister out here or anything like that. But what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's not narcissistic, but it's like not cunning. What is it when not passive aggressive? It's okay. Let me give y'all an example of how it works. Like, so let's say it's manipulative, but that's not the word. Okay, let me give y'all an example of what it is. So let's say I come in the house and let's just say there's something that I don't like, where she put something on the table, right? On the table next to my stuff. When I go talk to her about it, she flip it. Gaslighting. Yes. Well, yes. It's like, well, you did this the other day. And I'm like, oh. And now we getting into a whole like spill. And all I wanted to do is tell her how I don't like that on the table right there. Yes. And then what happens is, what men do, this is real tonight. I'm giving y'all some real stuff tonight. And what men do is, men will just say, you know what? I'm just not even going to talk to her. And then now women are like, well, he has a hard problem opening up to me. But why? Because when he tries to, you gaslight him. That's what I was looking for. And that's what this is saying. So when it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, it's not even just so much talking about like a harlot or a woman that's a fornicator. It's talking about those things as well. Like, have brothers, for any brother that's out here that's going through that, I feel bad for you, but have y'all ever felt like you was trapped in your own house? That's a terrible feeling. And women feel like that too. But I'm saying, like, as a man, you don't want to feel like you're trapped. So the Bible is saying, give me any plague but that. Give me any plague but that. Let's keep reading. Read. Let's go down. Read verse. Read verse 16 now. Read verse 16.
Verse 16.
Read.
I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon.
The Bible said, I'd rather live with a lion and a dragon. That's real. Yeah, he said both. Yeah, we got to put some emphasis on that. Yeah. Brother said a lion and a dragon. Said and, not a lion or a dragon. He said a lion and a dragon. Read.
Than to keep house with a wicked woman.
Woo. He says, I'd rather deal with that than to keep house with a wicked woman. Watch this. Read.
Verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face.
Sisters, pay attention to that. Because the Most High is dealing with the psyche of men and women. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about both parties tonight. It says the wickedness of a woman changeth her face. You know that snarl you get, sisters, and that attitude and that rolling eye. Sometimes sisters don't even gotta say nothing. It's just the body language is screaming. The body language. You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Body language is screaming. The face is screaming. The look is screaming. All of those things is real. That's why it says, read it again.
The wickedness of a woman changeth her face.
Read.
And darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
And us as men, we're intuitive. We know. Oh, Lord. Here we go. We ain't gonna tell you, but we know. We like, damn. She mad as hell. But that is not the household you want to be in. I want to be in that household. You want to you want to have a joyous relationship. The Most High basically is teaching you, once you have marriage, you understand the order of it. The Most High is teaching you, don't be like that in your marriage. Be straightforward in your marriage. Like, you know what? Let's talk. I have an issue. Let's sit down and let's talk. Let's not argue. Let's not fight. Let's talk. We're not going to gaslight one another. We're not going to pin and point the finger at one another. We're going to talk to add a solution for what we need to. That's how. Now I'm going to be honest. Satan listening, so he's going to test some of us tonight. Let's pass the test. I'm being real with y'all tonight. Satan is going to test you. He's going, oh yeah, y'all want to be compassionate towards each other? It's only one way you can learn how to be compassionate to your spouse. You got to go through something to be compassionate. Somebody right now at home thinking, you know what? I'm going to try that same thing Ratazan said do. And the spirit going to just put a just evil spirit on either or spouse. That's why it's important for us both to understand what we both have to do to learn how to keep peace. Right? Because if one of us lose, we all lose. Watch this. Read. Uh-huh.
Her husband.
Is it off? Mic check. Hey, get the mono off. Where's the other batteries at? Where's the new ones at? Okay, here. Give him the mic. I'll read this real quick. Watch this. Verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors. You ever had that one dude? He's sitting with the homies. He laughing, he talking, playing dominoes, they enjoying each other. And it says, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. But when he hear his wife come in,
Watch it.
the brother gonna be like, you all right, Doc? Yeah, I'm all right. You sure? Yeah, I gotta go. All right. Be good, Doc. That brother in slavery. Sisters, don't ruin your man's joy if you see him having a good time with his brothers. Let him have a good time with his brothers. You got some sisters, I ain't gonna lie. They hate to see their man happy. You understand? You got some women and men that hate to see their spouses happy. I love when my spouse is happy. When she, is going out, sisters invite her out to eat. I'm like, go. Yeah, go have a good time with the sisters and fellowship. Be happy, because when she happy, I'm happy. But also, same thing, sisters. When I'm happy, you happy. We feed each other's happiness. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to feed each other's bitterness. That's not what we want to do. All right, read that again from the top. Read 18.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors.
Read.
And when he heareth it, shall sigh.
Uh-huh.
And when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly.
Read verse 19.
Verse 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Uh-huh.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Man, look, it's some wicked, wicked sisters out there. I'm telling you. I mean, sisters will compare your love in the bedroom and all that. All that. Sisters have a way to make a man feel like small. Just know how to do it, know how to say it. And I'm gonna tell you, brothers, you not out arguing a woman. It ain't happening. You ain't winning that. You might as well just go ahead and just stop right there. Yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you, leave that alone. A wicked woman, you ever seen? I'm talking about I ain't talking about the sisters that's in righteousness that you might have little things here and there in your life. I'm talking about a wicked woman. You all type of bees, and all that. And don't think you gonna go back and forth with her. It ain't working. That's why, brothers, choose your wives wisely. Choose your wives wisely. Watch this. Read.
Verse 20.
Don't be like this, sisters. Read.
As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Man, you ever seen a man that was quiet just taking a heck of verbal abuse? It said, as an old man, y'all ever been to the sand dunes? You ever been to the sand dunes before they shut them down? Y'all know how hard it is to walk up the sand dunes? It said like an old man walking up the sand dunes. It's like a woman, a wicked woman to a quiet man. A wife full of words. Sometimes, sisters, just if your husband says, hey, look, right now, I don't even want to talk about that right now. I'll revisit it. Can we sit for a minute? Just sit for a minute. Don't try to egg on a conversation. Let it breathe sometimes. Right? Watch this. Read.
Verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Don't just look at the beauty of a woman, brothers. Y'all better look at everything. Look at how she talked to her mama. Look at how she talked to her dad. You want to know how she gonna talk to you? Look at how she deal with her family. That's how she gonna deal with you. Well, watch this though. Read.
A woman,
Now, brothers, this is for you. Read.
if she maintain her husband,
Uh-huh.
is full of anger.
Now, brothers, if a woman maintains you, brothers, I got news for you. She gonna be mad. Because it's not in her nature to maintain you. Ratazan, I just don't know why my wife is mad. Well, brother, do you got a job? No. What did you do today? I was just at home. What did she do today? She went to work. And then what did she do? Then she went to the store. And then what did she do when she came home? She cooked dinner. And then what did you do? I was just relaxing. Brother, that's why you got problems. You don't got a wife, you got a mother. This is your mother. You're a 35-year-old teenager. You're 35 teen. Like this is why you having issues in your marriage. Brother, the Bible, read it one more time.
Come on, verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach.
And that's why a lot of these women be talking to the men like they be talking, because they the ones maintaining everything. What's that movie? It's an old school movie with Wesley Snipes in it. It's they said which one? And I think it was Halle Berry was in it. Is that it? Nah, it was a toxic relationship. And it was one scene where he snatched out the plug of the phone. Nah. Huh? Is that it? Yeah. Go watch that movie. Don't be him. Don't see. I'll be up on my movies. Is it called Disappearing Acts? Is it? Yeah, he was cold in that. I ain't gonna hold you. That dude was crazy. He had a good woman too. He was crazy. Disappearing act. I'm gonna look, brothers. Go watch this movie. I'm about to look this up right. I want every brother go watch this movie and don't be this guy. All right. No, it's Annihilating. Yeah, it's Annihilating. That's who it is. Yeah, yeah. It's called Disappearing Acts. Yeah, go watch this movie. All right. And whatever you do, don't be him. He was a man child in this movie. Don't be him. All right. I got homework. Go watch this movie. Okay. Movie was crazy. Y'all ever seen that movie? Oh yeah, Baby Boy. That's another one. But no, go watch that Wesley Snipes one though. That one was crazy. That one was crazy. All right. So read it again though. Read verse 22 again.
Verse 22. A woman, if she maintaineth her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach.
You see that? Brothers, don't have your woman maintain you. Okay? It's not her responsibility to maintain you. Okay? It's not her. You're supposed to be the head of the household. This is why it's so hard for headstrong women in the world. You know, the women that these Fortune 500 women and all that, it's hard for them to find men. Why? Because the men in her league ain't about to date her. And then the rest of the men that's not in her league that would date her, they men children. So she's stuck. Because the men in her league, they're like, nah, this is my program. You take a woman that's making $500,000 a year and a man that's making $500,000 a year, and she's a boss type of woman type of mindset, a boss type of woman type of mindset that's making that type of money, and she want a man that match her. He's a boss type of man type of mindset. He ain't dealing with that. He want a woman quiet. I just did these business moves. I ain't coming home to you. I get the one that work at McDonald's. Tell her to come home. Come on home. Come work. Yeah, that, you know, all I need you to do is help my empire. This is why a lot of women gonna be single. All these women, these career-driven women. I'm gonna be honest. Now, it's nothing wrong with having a career, sisters. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about the mindset that come with these career-driven women. Oh, you're gonna be single forever, mama. Who you gonna have? By the time you're done with school and your career's over, and you 35 and you want to have kids, and you go out there, well, who you gonna have? Unless you're ready to submit to a man that's on your level, but a man with that type of mindset, you know what I mean? I'm telling y'all, this is why, brothers, don't let your wife maintain you. Watch this, read.
Verse 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage,
Read.
maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart.
And won't see, sisters, y'all got to understand that in your relationship, you don't physically wound men. You inwardly wound us. We might not show it. You might not even know. But inside, we like, man, she told me my foot was ugly. She told me that I stunk this morning, and she told me this. That's mental. We might not tell you this, but you know how the sisters, when they be like, that's why you did that. Y'all fill in the blank. Y'all fill in the blank. Come on, man. I know my people. And then the men gonna go and we gonna be like, she told me that. We gonna internalize it. And we hurt. Oh, and then the worst feeling. And when they hurt us like that, and then when we get emotional about it, and then they tell us stop acting like a bee. I'm just saying, that's just what happened. Stop. Now, this is that gaslighting I'm telling my sisters about. Now you sassy because you want to bring up a situation or you want to talk to her about something. Now that's the new word. Oh, you a sassy man. I'm sassy because I'm expressing something I dislike. That makes me sassy. Well, I guess I'm sassy. But then she started. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't be that type of woman. All right. Keep reading.
A woman that will not,
Uh-huh,
verse
come on.
23, a wicked woman abateth the courage,
Read.
maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
Read.
A woman that will not comfort her husband in
Uh-huh.
distress,
Read.
maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Read.
Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Read.
Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Because one thing wicked women can do is talk. Don't give her liberty to talk. Read verse 26.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her,
Uh-huh.
cut her off from thy flesh,
Read.
and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go.
If you got a woman that don't want to follow your lead, the Bible says give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Now, what that means is, look, brothers out there, I hope nobody's in an abusive relationship, but the reality is, it's many people out there, brothers. You gotta, if you in a look, I'm gonna give y'all a real story. This is a real life true story. I knew a brother and his wife, he loved her, but she would not submit to the words of God. She would not submit to the words of God. This is a true story. Would not. Absolutely was opposed to it. Still was cooking pork. Still was doing everything that was against the Bible, headstrong, the whole nine. But he still was trying to work it out with her. I told him straight, you need to give her an ultimatum of this. And if she doesn't want to do that, then you need to give her an ultimatum to go ahead and leave. He said, no, I'm not going to do that. And he did not listen. Well, guess what happened? She ended up leaving anyway and taking everything. So all he did was prolong it enough for her to set her order in affair. And remember what I told y'all last time we was talking? I said they always got the mama with them. Her and the mama devised a whole plan and took that man everything. His house, he left with nothing. Sometimes it's nothing you could do. It's over with. You got to let that go. That's why the scripture says if she would not go the way. Now, brothers, this don't mean, this is to the righteous brothers. This ain't to the Wesley Snipe brothers. This is to the righteous brothers, the brothers that's really taking care of their family and putting their life on the line to do what they got to do for their households. The scripture says if she go not the way that you would have her, give her a bill of divorce. Now let's go from there. We got a couple more. Let's get go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 verse 12. Let's read this.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12.
Read.
But be continually with a godly man.
Now, sisters, this is for you. Don't go for the tall, dark, and handsome, sisters. Go for and that's fine if you like that, but go for the godly man. Don't go for the baby boys. Tyrese look handsome and all of that, but he ain't worth nothing. And he not a godly man. Don't go for the ungodly man. True story. I've seen a lot of sisters in the same situation, just a different scenario, where they go out there, they go get a man, they think that he tell you everything you want him to hear, you give him the love, now you stuck with him because the Bible say you got to marry him, and then you find out he a demon. It happens, sister. This is why you do the steps of marriage. And sisters, one thing I want to let y'all know, you cannot, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is for anybody, you cannot force somebody to be righteous. Don't go into a marriage thinking you can save or change a person. That don't work. There's no amount of love that can make a person change other than that person. And that's real. So the scripture says, do what? Read.
But be continually with a godly man,
Read.
whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Because a godly man that keeps the commandments of the Lord, guess what? He's going to have compassion for you. He's going to have love for you. He is going to do this. Read. Watch this.
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
Whose mind is according to your mind. But this is the key. Read.
And will sorrow with thee.
And will sorrow with you. Read.
If thou shalt miscarry.
Meaning he has sympathy for you. He loves you. So when you hurt, guess what? He hurt. The reason why the Bible chose to use miscarry here is because a woman going through a miscarriage is like one of the most detrimental things a woman could go through. Like a woman losing a child and going through that is like one of the most detrimental things emotionally and psychologically. A righteous woman that wants the baby, not a wicked woman that don't, care about children. I'm talking about a woman that wants her child, losing that child and having something that's a part of you depart from you, that's lifeless. That is something that I would never know how it really actually feels. But the Bible says that that's your most vulnerable time. Get you a man that will sorrow with you when you're going through that. And brothers, what that's telling you is when your wife is going through something, be compassionate. Again, brothers, be compassionate. See, this is the order. Even though we're laying out the order, the man is the head, the woman is after the man, the woman is supposed to submit, the man is supposed to love his wife as he loves himself. Now, how do we put those things into reality, real examples? And this is what I'm doing today. I'm putting these things into real examples that y'all can have so that you can take this and have success in marriage. We got 30 minutes. Let's go. Was that all of that? Okay, let's go from there. Go to Ecclesiasticus. It's a lot in Ecclesiasticus 9:1. This is a big one, brothers. Brothers, this is a big one. This is a big one. Let's read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 1. Be not jealous.
Wait. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one I want. Read.
Verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom.
You ever had a man that was jealous of his wife? No, facts. Brothers like, for real? Yes. Yes, men be jealous of their women.
Is it because like they position like their jobs or something?
It could be a number of things. It could be anything. Men be jealous of their wife. It's the facts. It is true. Maybe she's smarter. Yeah, it could be, maybe, I mean, you'll be surprised how many spouses, not even just men, but how many spouses are jealous of their spouse, period. Y'all know a good movie? Y'all want to know another good movie y'all need to watch if y'all want to know a toxic relationship and shows that? Watch Spider-Man. We're married. Watch Spider-Man and don't watch it for the action. Watch for the relationship. Y'all ever see? We was watching it the other day. Y'all ever seen what was it? Was it the last one? Spider-Man 3. Go watch that one. She was jealous of Toby. Hated him. He was swinging in at Spider-Man. She was walking off. Like, for real. For real. She hated that man. And this is how you know that hate was real, because Tobey Maguire did something stupid. Remember when he did the Spider-Man kiss with Gwen Stacy? Now, that was stupid. But if you watch the argument, she wasn't even mad that he kissed her. She was mad because of the publicity he got. The jealousy. You do not want a jealous spouse. Boy, look. And the Bible says this: be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom. Look, brothers, just because you the head of the household don't mean you the smartest. Sometimes your wife might be smarter than you. I'm not gonna lie, my wife is smarter than me. Straight A student. Brother, I was happy I had an A in I had an A in everything. I mean, I had an F and an A in PE. When I was in 6th grade, I had all F's and maybe a D in English and an A in PE. Okay, I didn't care about school for the earlier. Yeah, Rata was tripping. Y'all don't know that Rata. That Rata was on some other stuff. Now, for real, I don't mind that Rata was crazy. That's why me sitting here teaching y'all is like beyond me. Like reading history and all that. Rata did not. My wife, on the other hand, straight A student. Straight A student, knows business very well. All of that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was the business guru at 19. I wasn't. I didn't know what the heck credit was and all that. I didn't know that. It took me some time. Thank you, my wife, for bearing with me. Now we here. Look at her. She putting her on Front Street. Oh, wait, hold on. My brother shooting on me. He said No Child Left Behind is crazy. That's real. Cause they passed my ass. I ain't gonna hold you. Boy, look, I'm telling y'all, ain't no shame. It is what it is. It's reality. Somebody might need to hear that because they like, if Rata could do it, I can. You sure can, brother. You sure can. because academics was not my forte at them times, for sure. But the point that I'm making to y'all is sometimes your wife might be smarter than you in some things. That's fine. Because you know what a good leader is? A good leader is not the smartest. Do y'all think I'm the smartest in the room among my brothers? Absolutely not. Brothers are smarter than me. I'm not talking about just knowing the Bible and the scriptures. I'm just talking about in life. Brothers are smarter than me. So guess what? I'm going to surround myself with brothers that's smarter than me so the business can be grand right. So you got to take that and apply that to your marriage. You got to take that and apply that to your marriage. Brothers, don't be jealous of the wife of your bosom. Watch this, read. Watch this, read.
Con. And teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
And don't teach, this is a big one, brothers. Do not teach your wife an evil lesson. What does that mean? For all my brothers that's not married in here, when you take on a wife, make sure you do not teach her an evil lesson, meaning you doing bonehead stuff. Don't do bonehead stuff, brothers. Make sure you think before you do something, because it's going to come back to bite you. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be like wondering why she has all these crazy attitudes, but it's because, guess what? All the bonehead things you did. Now you got to repent for all those things, but repenting don't mean that the emotions go away. Don't make bonehead decisions, brothers. That's why the age of marriage is 20, but I would recommend a brother be a little older if he married, because you could get all your bonehead mistakes out the way. Go ahead and mess up your credit at 20, 22, 23 so you can learn how to do it. So by the time you get to 25, 26, 27, you can tell your wife, this is how we do with our credit. Or, I'm just using an example. But don't teach your wife an evil lesson. Don't do things that's contrary. This is a big one. Don't do things that's contrary to the Bible and then expect her to still be virtuous. What does that mean? That doesn't mean that I'm giving them the key to be wicked. What that means is it's reality, brothers. If you doing wicked stuff, how you going to expect somebody to be easy to be righteous with you? That's like me being wicked to y'all and defrauding y'all. I'm doing all type of wicked stuff to y'all. How many of y'all it's going to be hard or easier for you to be brotherly with me? It's going to be hard. So you don't teach your wife an evil lesson. Don't do that. And for the brothers that have already done things like that, what you guys got to make sure that you do is don't continue to teach those lessons, to continue to make those bonehead mistakes. Make sure that you are focused, right? Watch this. Read it one more time.
Verse 1. Be
not
not jealous. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom.
Read.
And teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
Read.
Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
You see that? Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. What does that mean? Brothers, don't be just, look, for the brothers out there that just be throwing away their money for women, don't do that either, brothers. Yeah, that's what that is. I ain't going to say it, but Ahmad just said it for me. Don't be the trick to the treat, right? It's real. That's what that's saying. The Bible is real. Can I keep it real with y'all? The Bible ain't no fake book. It's a real book. That's what it's saying. Beware of gold diggers and women. That's not the woman that you want. When you courting her, look, when you courting a sister and she super, super materialistic, you might want to think twice, brothers. That's why all these basketball players and all these football players, they marrying these, OnlyFans models and all of that, and then they wondering why they leaving them. They look confused and perplexed when the OnlyFans model leave them and take half of their money. Brother, why are you confused, brother? Why are you, like PJ Washington, why are you confused, brother? You lay with Brittany Renner and then gave her a child, and now we supposed to feel sorry for you when y'all arguing and having domestic disputes? I'm sorry, brother. I don't feel bad for you. Why would you give a woman that literally told you, I'm gonna score me a baller? If she literally told you that online and you went to her. Lord, I pray my sons don't fall under that disease. That's a disease. The Bible's giving you realness. Let's go from there. Let's go. We almost done. Let's get go to Malachi chapter 2, verse 16. This is a big one. This is yeah.
So book of Malachi chapter 2 and verse 16. For the Lord,
Come
the
on.
God of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away.
The Most High doesn't like divorce. He hates it. That's why you got to do everything in your power to make sure the spouse that you're picking is on point. Read.
For one covereth violence with his garment,
Mhm.
saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously.
Mhm. Go up and read verse was that 16? Made
Yeah,
you
that was-
read?
That was
Read
16.
read 15. Go up real quick.
Verse 15. And did not he make one, yet had he the residue of the spirit, and wherefore one, that he might seek
let me
a
see.
godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let not
Wait,
and
hold
let
on,
none
hold on.
deal
Read.
treacherously against the wife of
Uh,
his youth.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's what I want right there. But let me see. Yeah, hold on 1
14.
second. Yeah, read hold on, let me get there. Let me see exactly where I want you to be at. Go to yeah, read 14. Start at 14. Yeah.
So book of Malachi chapter 2 and verse 14.
Read.
Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth,
Uh-huh.
against whom thou hast dealt treacherously.
Brothers, don't deal treacherously with your wife. Okay, don't deal treacherously with your wife. Read.
Yet is she thy companion,
Because she is your companion. Read.
and the wife of thy covenant.
Read.
And did not he make one?
Uh-huh.
Yet had he the residue of the spirit.
Read.
And wherefore one? That he might seek a godly seed.
Read.
Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously.
We went over that in the first lesson where God wants a godly seed. That's why we're not supposed to deal treacherously with our wives. Read.
Against the wife of his youth.
Of our youth. We're not supposed to deal treacherously, meaning wickedly. Read.
For the Lord, the God of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away.
Read.
For one covereth violence with his garment,
Read.
saith the Lord of hosts.
Uh-huh.
Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously.
So the Most High God doesn't want us to deal treacherously with our wives. Okay, we're supposed to love each other. Now, let's go from there because we got some more order in marriage that we got to deal with. All right, it's gonna get a little rocky. Y'all deal with me. Bear with me. Go to Proverbs 5 and 18. Let's get fast. Let's move fast. Proverbs 5 and 18.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 18.
Read.
Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
The Most High wants your relationship to be a joyful one. He wants you to rejoice. He wants you to enjoy each other. He wants you to love each other, to have fun with each other. Like marriage is not supposed to be all gloom and doom. It's supposed to be a joyous thing. Watch this. Read.
Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe.
Uh-huh.
Let her breast satisfy thee at all times,
Uh-huh.
and be thou ravished always with her love.
See that? You supposed to, your wife is supposed to be ravished with your love, and you ravished with her love. This is how you and your relationship with your wife is supposed to be. Read.
And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman,
Mhm.
and embrace the bosom of a stranger?
See, don't do that. Deal with the woman of your youth, that is your wife of your nation, in a righteous way and enjoy her. Okay, let's go from there. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 7 and 2. And this is a big one. This is a real big one. Okay. Remember, I apologize to y'all beforehand. 1 Corinthians 7 and 2.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 2.
Read.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife,
Brothers, instead of burning, it is better to marry. Read.
and let every woman have her own husband.
Right. Read.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence,
Read.
and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
That due benevolence is love. Do not forsake each other. Do not weaponize your bodies with each other. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Do not withhold intimacy. That is against the law of the Most High. I'm mad at you, so I'm gonna withhold this from you. Vice versa, men and women. The Bible commands us not to do that. Don't use intimacy as a weapon either. That's the quickest way to destroy your marriage. That's why the Bible tells us not to do that. If there's an issue, there needs to be some type of communication, but withholding and weaponizing intimacy is the biggest no-no you could do. Watch what the Bible says. Read.
The wife hath not power over her own body,
Read.
but the husband. And
Because when you are married, you do not have power over your own body. Read.
and likewise also the husband hath not power over his own body,
And it goes the same for the husband. Read.
but the wife.
Read.
Defraud ye not one the other,
Read.
except it be with consent for a time.
You know, you might have time where you're not intimate. That's fine. Maybe you want to go into prayer. Maybe you want to go into fasting. Maybe, you might be unclean, whatever the case may be, but don't withhold yourselves from each other. That's the quickest way to destroy your marriage. You don't want to do that. Quickest way to destroy your marriage. And it'll be out of order. Read.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer,
Read.
and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
Okay, so you don't want to withhold your intimacy from one another. You want to enjoy each other in the spirit of the Most High and Yahweh Shai. If we fulfill, I think the biggest thing to take from tonight is to take each thing that I talked about dealing with a man and a woman and work on yourselves. Don't try to work on your partner. Work on yourself. Right? Now, when all of that is taken care of, then you're using wisdom not to go into some of the things that we talked about. Now we get to the children. This is another thing, because a part of your marriage is your children. Everybody understands that the children are part of your marriage. But who comes first in the marriage outside of the Most High and Yahweh Shai? Your spouse. Do not put your children above your spouse. Do not do that. This is why it's always hard to marry someone that has, particularly, and I'm just being honest with this, to marry someone that has other children. All right. Particularly for my brothers. I'm going to be honest with you. Because you run into things of, this is my child, so on and so forth, and they put the child above you. That is the quickest way to destroy your relationship. And some people put their own when they have their children above. Your children are not above you. Your children are your children are not the most important thing in a marriage. Your spouse is. Watch what it says though. So let's go from there and let's read. So we got to deal with the man and the woman first, but let's read Ephesians 6:1. But the children are still a part of the marriage. The children are still a part of the marriage. And this is what you got to do. Because as children get older, they get their own opinions, so on and so forth. Let's read verse 1. Ephesians 6:1.
Book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Okay, read.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord,
Read.
for this is right.
Read.
Honor thy father and mother,
Read.
which is the first commandment with promise,
Read.
that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth.
Children. The children do not control the marriage. The children do not dictate the marriage. The children do not have a say-so in the marriage. The children are supposed to honor the marriage. They're at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to marriage. They don't have a say-so. Children don't have a say-so. That whole children have a say-so and have an opinion. Children do not have opinions. Children have to obey their mother and their fathers. So what that means is this. If your spouse tells your child they can't have a piece of candy, your child shouldn't be able to go to you and get the piece of candy. Because that causes arguments. And that means that you put the child above the spouse. And that's either or. If the father tells the child one thing, the child shouldn't feel comfortable to go to the mother and then get the opposite. You guys are supposed to be together on one accord when you raise your children. Your children shouldn't pin you against each other. And if that is happening, that is your fault. So the Bible says the child is supposed to obey the mother and the father. Read.
Verse
Oh,
4.
that's it. Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, go from there. Let's move fast. Go to Colossians chapter 3, verse 20. 3 and 20. Colossians 3 and 20.
It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 20.
Read.
Children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord.
Children are supposed to be in obedience, but read verse 21 though. Read.
Verse 21. Fathers, provoke not your children to
But
anger.
we're not supposed to provoke our children to anger. You're not supposed to be a tyrant to your children either. You're not supposed to be, you got some parents that are jealous of their children. That's real. Fathers be jealous of their son because they not the young 30-year-old no more, the 20-year-old. They 50 and 60 and they looking at their son mad at him. Same with the woman. Don't provoke your children to anger. Don't provoke your children to unnecessary hardship the same way you don't provoke your spouse into unnecessary hardship. Read.
Lest they be discouraged.
Lest they be discouraged. Okay, let's go from there. Write down Ephesians 6 and 4. That's dealing with provoking your child as well. Write down Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. And Proverbs 1 and 8. Okay, that's dealing with obeying your parents and fathers and mothers not provoking their children. All right, and let's read. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 24. But it's a balance. But it's a balance. Here is the balance. Read that, Proverbs 13 and 24, and you got it.
God, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 24.
Read.
He that spareth his rod hateth his son,
Read.
but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
Discipline your children, family. You can't have a situation to where one spouse wants to discipline and the other spouse doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Discipline your children. That doesn't mean provoke them. That doesn't mean beat them to the inch of their life. That doesn't mean that. It means disciplining them. And you guys have to be on one accord. I've seen many marriages where they're having problems because when the father or when the mother is trying to discipline the child, the father or the mother protects the child and doesn't let the discipline go forth. And then you wondering when your child is out and about and she's screaming at the top of her lungs and cussing you out and yelling at you. For real. Look, I have 7 children. I'll be looking at people struggling with one. Like, you got one? But it's not because of yeah, I'll be like, they got one? Like I was at the airport when I used to go to the Bay Area. It was like they had 2 kids just running crazy. I'm like, I got 7. They all gonna be sitting here. You know why? Because of discipline. But if you don't discipline your child, guess what? If you got and it won't work unless both parties are on one accord and discipline. It's not gonna work. If one spouse is like, well, I don't want to do that, and then another spouse like, well, we need to. The child is smart. The child gonna pick up on it. Oh, that's step parents is terrible. Yeah, that's a whole nother world. That's a whole nother world. Yeah, stepchild is a whole nother world. But it's even bad with parents that children that share the same parent, because then it causes, either the mother or the father is trying to protect the child from discipline when that child needs disciplining. And what happens is you breed bad children, and then your children don't respect you, and then you have arguments within the marriage. So the Bible says you have to discipline your child. If you don't, you spoil the child. Read Sirach chapter 30, verse 11. We're trying to tackle all aspects of marriage in the order and how it should be ordered. Does everybody understand? All right. We almost done, but we got to get to this last part.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 11. Give him no liberty in his youth.
You're not supposed to give your children liberty. Oh, well, they got their own minds. And I asked him, it's like, why does your kid got a bunny costume on at the dinner table? Because she thinks he's a bunny and we want her to have freedom of expression. To take that off. No freedom of expression. Take it off. You're not a bunny. You're a human being. But then you can't have the other parent babe, I just think we should let her if she thinks. No, you're not doing that. We're not feeding into delusion of children. Imagine that. Ain't that something? White man that made you think the delusion of children is something they supposed to be. It's crazy work. But you can't have, you got to have the parents on one accord. So the scripture says, what? Read Sirach chapter 30, verse 1. I mean, 30, verse 11.
Verse 11, give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his folly.
Brothers, you can't be like, ooh, my son a player. Woo, look at him. He got all the women. And that. Brothers, you setting your son up for failure. That's the fastest way to get an STD. Brothers, you ever had a father? You ever had a father? He was woo when his son was growing up. Woo, he got all the girls and woo, all that. And now you got a headache because he got like 2, 3 baby mamas that come to your house wreaking havoc. Like, boy, take care of your business, but that's your fault as a dad. You told him that was good. You told him spread his seed everywhere. That's stupid. I would never tell my son that. I'm telling my son preserve himself. Don't be winking at his folly. You know, you got some fathers, they let the son do things and don't let the daughter do things. That's also bad. What are you talking about? So you hard on the daughter, but you let the son do whatever. That the Bible doesn't teach that. Matter of fact, go to read verse 1. Go up to verse 1.
Verse 1, he that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod.
If you love your son, you're going to cause him off to feel that rod. Read.
That he may have joy of him in the end.
Because I'm going to tell you something. If you wondering why your children don't respect you and they older and you can't start disciplining your kid at 15. It's over with. It's over with. You were supposed to do that when it was like 2, 3. Now you're trying to whoop them at 15. That it's over with. I just don't know why they don't listen. Maybe you didn't. Yeah, that's a fight. Yeah, maybe you didn't bow their head down when they were 2. Maybe you didn't bow their head down when they were 4. You waited till they was 15 looking at you eye to eye. You better bow his head down when he's young. You better put that fear in him when he's young. Because one day you're going to be old. And the son going to be older than you and bigger than you, stronger than you. What you going to do then? Try to whoop them now? I don't like, no. Discipline them when they're young. For real. Don't wait. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm going to give y'all some wisdom. Children know how to be bad. I'm going to give y'all wisdom. Children know how to be bad at when they I'm going to just give y'all age. At 2 years old, children know how to be fully bad. Fully. They know exactly. My son is 2 right now. It's Sire 2? I think Sire 2. I tell him no. He be like, oh, he just doesn't know. He know. That's why he looking at you like that. Don't do it. I'm telling y'all gonna make y'all kid. Then you wondering why you got a monster in your house. Got a whole monster in your house, and now you calling Ratazan. What should I do? Man, it's low-key too late. Pack the bags and let them go live somewhere else. Because trying to discipline your kid at 15, it's a wrap. You was supposed to look. I don't even whoop my older kids. That's over with. I don't even whoop them. That's over with. No need. They listen already. That did all the whooping when they was younger. Yeah, I don't need to. Imagine that. Imagine me trying to whoop a 15-year-old. Crazy. Now I'm not saying that there's not I'm not saying that you can't do that, but to try to put discipline restrictions on them when they 15, it just don't work. Just don't work. Start doing it now. Watch this. Read. Read verse 2 again.
Verse 2. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him.
Come on.
And shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Read.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Read.
And before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
You see that? If you teach your son, you're going to rejoice in your child. Right? Read.
Though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead.
Come on.
For he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
Okay. Read. Let's skip down. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds, and his bowels will be troubled at every cry.
You see that? When you give, that's talking about when you spoil your kid. I just don't know why she cries all the time. She cry all the time because she not used to you telling, or he not used to you telling him no. So imagine you give a kid anything he want at your house. What you think he gonna do when you take him to the store? He gonna think everything is his. I'll be seeing them kids, them parents be trying to pull their kid out the store. No, screaming and hollering. I'd be like, shh. But that's because you let them do that at the house. Don't do that. The Bible say don't do that. Read.
Verse 8. And horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful.
Read.
Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid.
You ever seen those parents scared of their kid? It's a sad life. Read.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Read.
Laugh not with him, lest thou hast sorrow with him,
Come on.
and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Read.
Give him no liberty in his youth,
Read.
and wink not at his follies. Bow down his neck while he is young,
Read.
and beat him on the sides while he is a child.
When he's a child, not when he a grown man. Read.
Lest he wax stubborn
Unless he gonna be stubborn. Hey, do what you do. We'll see how I get you. Read.
and be disobedient unto
And he
thee,
gonna be disobedient to you. Read.
and so bring sorrow to thine heart.
You better get some order in your household. Read.
Chastise thy son, and hold him to labor.
That's a big one. Make sure your kids got chores. Make sure your kids got chores. Hold them to responsibility. Teach them responsibility. And y'all parents got to be on one accord with that. Read. We almost out of here. Read.
Lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee.
Read.
Better is the poor.
Okay, that's it. So let's go from there. Now, that was the son. Go to Ecclesiasticus 42 and 11.
It's a book of Sirach, chapter 42 and verse 11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
You got to keep a watch over your daughter. Let's read up a little bit. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth,
Come on.
and the care for her taketh away sleep.
Okay, so this is for the daughters now. It says a man think about his daughters day and night, cared for her, taketh away his sleep. Read.
When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated.
You see that? Read.
In her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with children in her father's
One
house.
of the biggest disgraces is a child having a baby, or I should say specifically a daughter having a baby in her father's house. That's one of the biggest disgraces ever. I pray to God that doesn't happen to brothers, because now you got to take care of a whole nother child, a whole nother man's seed. He was able to get his situation off, and now you stuck with the child. But the Bible gonna give you the key to how you can lessen this happening to you. Read.
And having an husband, lest she should be misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren.
Read.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
You got to keep watch over your daughters. You got to keep watch over your daughters. Don't fall victim to the world telling you shouldn't. You need to let your daughters have liberty and all of that. No. Boyfriends and girlfriends and all of that. There is no such thing. You have watch over your children. That's for the man. That's for the daughter and the son. Read.
Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies,
You don't want your daughter to make you a laughing stock to your enemies. Read.
and a byword in the city,
Read.
and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
You see that? Get Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10, because I'm gonna tell you, your reputation goes with your children as well. Y'all do know that, right? Read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 10.
Read.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straight.
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going to a friend house. You ain't spending a night at a friend house. They can come spend a night over here. You can't give your daughter all type of liberty and then wonder why all this stuff is happening. No. The Bible doesn't tell you to do so. It tells you to keep them up. Read.
Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
You see that? Read.
Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee.
Don't marvel if she trespass against thee. Why you let her do whatever she wanted to do. You gave her all the liberty. You did all of that. Let her be free. Let her run wild. And then you wondering why. The Bible's a real book. Look what it says. Read.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he walketh. So when he
You gotta
has,
read that again. I want them to get this. Read it one more time.
verse 12.
I ain't even gonna interpret it. I'm gonna let y'all interpret it. Read.
She will open her mouth as a
Uh-huh.
thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down,
Read.
and open her quiver against every arrow.
I'll let y'all fill in the blank of what she doing. She a bop. She open her legs to every arrow. Open her mouth to every fountain. Every man. The Bible a real book. If this is the woman you want your daughter to be, don't listen to these words. But if you don't want your children to go that way, guess what? You hold them in straightly when they babies. Not when they teenagers. Then you start giving, no. When they babies, you hold them in straightly. No liberty. I know who you texting. I know who you talking to. I need to see your phone. I need to get everything. Let me, who is that? What friend is this? What you going? What you doing? How's that? And for your sons too. Does everybody understand that? All right. Now, let's hurry up. We almost done. We got like 2 more scriptures. I got to get to this. Now, sisters, y'all heard me apologize to y'all earlier, right? Okay. Get Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 6.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Sisters. Jealousy is not of the Most High. If you didn't know, jealousy is not of the Most High. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because some of y'all probably already know where I'm going with this. It is not against the law for a man to take another wife. And we have to teach the truth of the Bible. And that's the facts. And we're going to get a couple of precepts to show that. Read that one more time before we get into this. Read.
But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
The Most High does not tolerate women being jealous over another woman. Listen, there are laws to it, but a man is free to marry and take another wife if his lifestyle permits it. And you have no say-so to tell him that he can or can't. This is what the Bible teaches. This is a part of marriage. I didn't write the book. I'm just living it. Let's go to Deuteronomy 21 and 15. Let's go to the law. All right. Don't shoot the messenger. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 15.
Read.
If a man have 2 wives.
If he has what?
If a man have 2 wives.
If he have what?
If a man have 2 wives.
So now this is dealing with a man. This is a law of a man having 2 wives and how he's supposed to deal righteously with both of them. Read.
If a man have 2 wives, one beloved and another hated,
And you favor one above the other. Read.
and they have borne him children,
Read.
both the beloved and the hated,
Read.
and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated,
Read.
then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath,
Read.
that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
The Bible is a real book. I just got to keep it G with you. The Bible's a real book. It's going to talk about every situation. This is a situation where a man has two wives. He has one that's more favored than the other one. He still cannot give the one that he favors the blessing if the one that he doesn't favor has the older child. So the Bible tells you, no, that oldest child still got to get all of your blessings of what comes with that. That's when we was in our land. Obviously, we in captivity right now. So we don't understand the dynamic of this law and how serious this law is. But let me put it to you in layman terms. If I'm a millionaire and let's say I'm passing down my millions or whatever the case may be, I have to legally, by the Bible standpoint, I have to pass down X amount of money if I die to my firstborn, or my firstborn is supposed to inherit the first inheritance of what I have in my substance. I'm not supposed to take my millions and only give it to the child of the woman that's favored. That is protection for the child and for the woman that's not favored. That's what the Bible says. But the point is, this is a scenario that would happen in the Bible days of a man having more than one wife. Let's go from there. Go to Exodus 21:10. Let's read that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 10.
Read.
If he take him another wife,
If he do what?
if he take him another wife,
Now, brothers, if you think about taking you another wife, read.
her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not diminish.
You have to be able to provide and take care of both of the households. You can't have this one living in Watts with her mama. I like that. This one, because you got that's in Hebrew Israelite culture. This one live at home with the mama in Watts, and then you got this one in Torrance in a nice house. You cannot do that, brothers. We are not promoting fornication, brothers. We are not promoting you just laying and spending your seed everywhere. No, it is order, brothers. Don't think you coming to get a second wife if your first wife household is terrible. You think it's wise to add to that? I mean, and if the woman is smart, she wouldn't even want to be added to that. But the point is, brothers, if you think that you want another wife, you have to make sure that her what? Read it one more time.
Her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not diminish.
The food, the raiment, and the duty of marriage shall not diminish. Does everybody understand that? Now, just keeping it a buck with you, you have some people that tell you you're not supposed, you can't have multiple wives and so on and so forth. It's wicked and all that. First of all, Israel was born. We ain't gonna go there for the sake of time. Israel was born out of multiple women. Literally Israel had 4 wives that birthed the children of Israel. You got examples with David. We don't even gotta even mention it. Everybody knows David had multiple wives. Solomon had multiple wives. A lot of the men in the Bible did. But if you choose not to do that, you don't have to do that, brothers. You don't have to get another wife if you don't want. But what I would suggest brothers do, and I'm just being honest and I'm just being transparent, when brothers take on a wife, that's a conversation you're going to have with the woman you taking on. Because again, remember what I told you, brothers, don't teach your wife an evil lesson against yourself. Don't tell your wife, I'll never get another woman but you. You will forever be my only sunshine and ray of sun. I promise on my life that you are the only woman for me. Don't do it, brothers. You better be honest. Look, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get here. I'm not telling you yes. I'm not telling you no. No, I'm serious. I mean, I know it's funny, but I'm serious. Brothers better be honest. Don't, because then you teaching the evil lesson. You know what? I do want another wife. Now you giving her a reason to hate you. Or I'm being honest. Don't do that. I promise you, if you lay with me and love me, I will never get another woman. Don't do that. Give her the opportunity to be able to say, you know what, yay or nay. Don't deceive your wife. Oh, go ahead.
Don't also understanding that you can have multiple wives. Don't weaponize that understanding to cause that woman
That's
to
a
be
good one.
jealous or angry.
That's a good one.
Because that
that's a
happened a
good one.
lot in my previous
Yeah.
congregation.
That I'm happy you said that. At first, I was like, "I might be quiet. You ain't married," but no, that, but no, that's real though. That's real though. I love my young brother. No, that's real though. No, that's real. Brothers, stop weaponizing more than one wife. You making it hard for the brothers that's genuine. You making it hard for the brothers that's genuine. Stop. Well, I'm gonna go get me another wife. Brothers, you shouldn't threaten your wife with saying, "I'm gonna go get me another wife." You shouldn't do that. Doesn't make any sense. Don't weaponize more than one wife. Don't do that. Don't weaponize the Bible itself. That goes back to what we were saying about not weaponizing the Bible. Don't do that. We understand that we had the liberty to do that, but make sure your liberty. I love what Paul said in dealing with food offered to idols, but it kind of goes along with what we're talking about today. Do not let your liberty cause the little ones to stumble. You can use that scripture and apply for that. Don't let your liberty, meaning don't use that as a segue to rebuke her. That's not smart. It's not smart. So again, brothers, make sure y'all being honest. Now, how many wives, I'm just throwing it out there, how many wives, just so people can say, "Well, BLW's wicked and they're fleshly and lustful." We're not lustful because a man desires more than one wife. That's his nature. I hate to break it to everybody in the world, but if you haven't realized this yet, men, that's in men's nature. It's just a natural occurrence. When you go into Genesis and it says be fruitful and multiply, it's even in biology and it's in science. If you had one woman and 5 men, how fast you gonna multiply? And then after every 10 months, you gotta wait. Because she still gotta recover. She gotta breastfeed. Her hormones is all out of whack still. She gotta get herself back acclimated. So you're looking at one child every year, maybe. Now, if you take 1 man and 5 women, listen, I got 1 wife and I got 7 kids. So imagine how fast. So when the Most High said be fruitful and multiply, sisters, that's a part of the biology of men and women. It is what it is. Men can produce seed. And you know who else knows this? Esau. And you know what's so funny? I want y'all to think about something. Tell me why it's taboo. Why is it taboo for a man to talk about marriage and making it righteous? That's taboo. That's like, oh my gosh. But then we promote men and women. If you don't got a ring on it, you can lay with whoever you want. Do whatever you want. You see how wicked that is? When we talk about marriage, it's taboo. Oh my gosh. But a man that don't have a girl, he can lay with whoever he want, dib and dabble with whoever you want. The women can dib and dabble now. Huh? Yeah, the day after pill, Planned Parenthood. And go ahead, yeah. America tells you, to my mama point, lay with whoever you want to lay with. But when it comes to marriage and making it honorable, oh, it's dishonorable. Oh no, wow. Your mom and dad will get mad at you if I'm keep it a buck with you sisters. Mom and dad will get mad at you if you know what, dad, my husband took on another wife. You stupid, you this, you that. But before you got married, you was laying with Jim, John, Tim, and him, and they didn't say nothing. For real. They'll call you stupid. They'll call you stupid if your man gets another wife, but then if you flip it around and it's not dealing with marriage, you're not stupid for having multiple partners. Yeah. So we ain't dealing with emotions. We dealing with what God says. How many wives does the Most High have? How many does the Most High have? Is he a wicked-minded individual? Is the Most High God a wicked-minded God because he views the concept? It's the concept. Of course, we know he don't have physical to why it's the mindset, because people say y'all got a lustful mindset. Well, does God got a lustful mindset? Because in Matthew 25, in the parable of the virgins, he had like what? How many wives? Y'all that went over y'all head, huh? The parable of the 10 virgins, he had 10 wives. So it's getting ready for their husbands. So is Jesus lustful minded? He's giving you an example of a man with 10 wives. Go that Matthew 25:1. And of course, we're saying for the people that say your mind is lustful, you're this. No, you're not lustful for wanting to take another wife in righteousness. It's not no lustful thing. That's your nature. Now, where it becomes fornication is when you land with these women and you're not making them your wives and you're going to prostitution. That's when it begins to be sin and fornication. Read that. Read verse 1.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 1.
Read.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
How many?
10 virgins.
Read.
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
How many bridegrooms was it? It was only one, huh? Read.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
So you had the 5 wise and you had the 5 foolish. Read.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Y'all can go read the rest of the story on your own time. You had 5 that was foolish, 5 that weren't. The point of the matter is the concept of a man having multiple wives is not no wicked, evil, lustful thing. That is not what it is. Go to Jeremiah 3:8. We almost out of here. We got to take the whole Bible. We can't take half of it.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Read.
And I saw when for all the cause whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away.
So now, putting somebody away for adultery, that's a jurisdiction or something that happens when you're married, right? So the Most High said I had to put backsliding Israel away. I had to give her a bill of divorce. So who was he married to? Read.
And given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also.
Read.
And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks.
Read.
And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah hath not turned unto me with her whole heart, but feignedly, saith the Lord. The Lord said.
So that's it. So now it says, my first wife Israel played the harlot, and then your sister Judah went and played the harlot too. Both of the Most High wives played the harlot. And who is that? It's us in here, the northern and southern kingdom. But it's showing you that it's the concept of the idea of a man having multiple women is not this wicked concept. They try to make it seem like any time brothers teach this, that they're just lustful, wicked, creepy men that want. It's not the truth. It's just reality is, brothers and sisters, that a man is allowed to have more than one wife. You can't take it. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with the Most High God. That is his responsibility. Now, brothers, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You will be wise if you do take on another wife. 2 things that you don't do. The first thing you don't do is don't give empty promises to your wife. Learn from that mistake. The second thing that you do is that you don't weaponize you being able to have another wife. The third thing that you don't do is you don't gossip to your wives to each other. Don't be over here talking to this wife. Hey, yeah, she getting on my nerves at the house over there. Then you go over to that wife. Yeah, don't do that, brothers. We just being honest. You're gonna destroy your whole family. Another thing, the fourth thing, that you would be best to do this. This is just my opinion. I speak as a man when I say this. If I was brothers and brothers wanted a second wife, you would have to be in a situation to where I speak as a man. This is just my opinion, where you can put them in 2 different homes. That's me. Brothers can do it however they want to do it. But in my opinion, I think people need their own space. So if you're not able to do that, this is my opinion, you can do whatever you want. I know how it is to have 5 daughters in the house. I know how it is. Arguing over brushes, combs, this, that. Listen, if I was y'all, I would say, look, financially or means wise, if I'm able to be at a certain plateau to where I can afford, and I'm not saying by yourself, because women can work too and take on jobs, but look, I can afford this and we all can live peacefully. Maybe I have it to where I got the houses next to each other, or however you want to be. But the point is, I will have everybody have their own dwelling. That's me personally. You can do it however you want, but I'm just saying, that's me personally. Now, another thing, and this is just wisdom from me to you, what's done in each household, that's between the household. Don't conflate whatever you got going on in this household. And sisters, that goes into women being jealous of another woman. Don't worry about what that man has going on in that household versus what he has going on in your household. That's not your business. Just truthfully, that's just not your business. It's not your business to inquire what he got going on over there, unless he's not providing for you. That's different. But if you're in a situation where your man is providing for you, it's not your business what he worry about your relationship with your husband. And brothers, keep your business respected and responsible, and don't teach your wives evil lessons. All right? It is what it is. You can take that how you want. That's the wisdom that I will give men and women. Does everybody understand that? I apologized to y'all earlier, so y'all better not throw no stones at me. All right? It is what it is. It's the truth. So with that being said, I had a couple more. No, I want to end off on this and then we out of here. Let's end off on this. So let's read 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. We'll end it now. I want to get back to here. Let's end it with this. Yeah.
This is 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Okay.
That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Because you so righteous that you shine bright, and you are a great example of the Spirit of the Most High. And it says, be in obedience to your husbands, right? Be in obedience to your husbands. Read.
While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
And sisters, don't be gossiping and talking about things that you shouldn't be talking about. Make sure your conversation is with righteousness. You guys want to be a Proverbs 31 woman. What the words that come out of your mouth should be seasoned with salt and righteousness. Read.
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
Read.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart. In that which is not corruptible.
So it ain't about how you look. Make sure you focus on the inward part of you, sisters. Being a good wife, being a good spouse, loving your husband, being in obedience to your husband. Read. Come on.
Even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
Read. A meek and quiet spirit. Sisters supposed to practice having a meek and quiet spirit, not always gadding abroad, talking. A meek and quiet spirit. Read.
Which is in the sight of God of great price.
That's a great price of the Most High. Read.
For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Because your foremothers who were righteous adorned themselves and being in subjugation unto their own husbands, and they endured themselves in righteousness. Read.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Read.
Whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement.
So is that saying that you guys have to call your husbands Lord? You know, if that's what you choose to do, you could do that. But the point is the mindset of these women or your foremothers to be able to do something like that. It's the mindset. Because you got a lot of women that can call their husband lords, but they dragons. They be calling their husband Lord out in the public, but then be dragons at home. So if you're going to call your husband Lord, make sure you're not a dragon. It's about the heart. Read.
Likewise, ye husbands,
brothers, read.
Dwell with them according to knowledge.
Make sure you dwell with your wife according to knowledge, brothers. Read.
Giving honor unto the wife.
Give honor to your wife. Treat her good with honor. Walk on the side of the street where it ain't the traffic. Open doors. Be a gentleman. Treat her with honor. Read.
As unto the weaker vessel,
Uh-huh.
and as being heirs together of the grace of life.
Because we are heirs together unto the grace of life. We're in this together. Regardless of how anyone feels, we're heirs together. Read. We almost out of here. Read.
That your prayers be not hindered.
Read.
Finally, be ye all of one mind,
Be equally yoked and of one mind, family. Read.
having compassion one of another.
Having compassion one of another. Have compassion for your spouse. Have compassion for your wife. Have compassion for your husband. Be sympathetic to what they got going on in their life. Read.
Love as brethren.
Love as I like what it says there. It says love as brethren. Brothers, we forgive our brothers quick, don't we? Our brothers do something, we be like, man, it's all right, you good. Let's go get some tequila. We all right. Do that with your wife. Don't be holding grudges with your wife. Don't do that. And sisters, y'all learn how to do that. See how fast brothers make up? Do that with y'all. Don't be holding grudges and all of that. Love as brethren. Watch this. Read.
Be pitiful.
Be pitiful.
Be courteous.
Courteous, right?
Courteous.
Read.
Not rendering evil for evil.
Don't do evil for evil. Oh, he did that, so I'm going to do this. Oh, she did that, so I'm going to do this. Don't render evil for evil. Read.
Or railing for railing.
Or railing for railing. He called me a name, so I'm going to call her a name, or vice versa. You know what? If she call you a name, brothers, just walk away. If he call you a name, just walk away. Don't even entertain it. No railing for railing. Evil for evil. Read.
But contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
You see that? Read.
For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil,
All right. Read.
and his lips that they speak no guile.
All right. So again, family, love one another. Love one another. Right? Pray. Do good to one another. All right. And with that, I want to say Kwam Yasharala and brothers like that. Kwam Yasharala, huh? Forgive 70 times 7. All praise. Get the most high hand clap. All praises. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so we went over a little bit because we started late. So we love y'all, Israel. All praises to the online family. We'll be back here for our next Sabbath. So please tune in. If you guys want to give any type of donations, please feel free to use our Zelle at Believers of the Way 144K at gmail.com. We'll greatly appreciate it. We love all the support that we get for our online family, and we love y'all. And until next Sabbath, most high willing, we'll see you guys next Shabbat, most high willing. All right. Peace and blessings, family. Shalom. All praises. Clap it up. Yeah, all praises.